So parents, thank y'all for being here tonight. We'll get started in just a minute. I want to give a few more people. We are a little bit on the side of town, so we'll give people a little bit of time. I promise we'll be going about 8, so I know it's a late night. And I got 3 boys at home, I got to put to bed. So, you know, I get it. I appreciate you being here. We have a couple on Zoom. We have one that had a concert. We just try to be as flexible as I can, but seeing the school, seeing the people sometimes brings it. So we'll get started here in about 5 minutes. I promise we will be done before 8. So, we're glad y'all are here. It's gonna be good, I promise.
Miss Grumbeck, are you there? Test, test, test.
All right, guys, let's get started. We're just a few, but we're gonna record it and we're gonna send it to them. So, I'm just the principal. We're glad that y'all are here, and those on Zoom, we're glad y'all are here. Venture is super excited for y'all to participate. This is our first inaugural year that we're doing this, and we're starting two new pathways or threads at Venture, and that's gonna be the accelerated 8th grade program and the accelerated 9th grade program. So we're gonna try to share that with you a little bit and introduce a few people. And then I'm gonna show, the people that are here will have a little tour of a few classrooms, and then we'll be on our way. So maybe 30 minutes, maybe 35, but anyway, thank you for being here. So I'm the principal, good year, gonna be 6th, and so we've made some tremendous headway on kind of what we do here and how we do this. And a side note, we're a model campus for blended learning, and I'm gonna get into a little bit of what that is. Ms. Parsons is my assistant principal. Her and Ms. O'Boston. Ms. O'Boston is helping me out in the foyer. And Ms. Parsons has been a counselor at all levels, as well as now an administrator for 5 or 6 years. So she does well with what she does. And we have Ms. Hanks, who is our counselor, and she's on our right, and she's helping us over here on the Zoom as well. So she's here, and she's going to be able to help support our students, newly hired Ms. Hanks as well. So we're proud to have her. A few of our other supports people is Mr. and Ms. Grossman. Ms. Grossman back here. Mr. Grossman is providing counseling at the PDC for our families and students at the district is awful. They're super awesome. Then we have Ms. Humble, who helps with our pet and fit. And so we have so many resources and so many supports. The district believes in what we do here. The district spends about $3.1 million for us to run every year. Because they believe in what we do, and we've had success.
You're at the school right now?
Also, some other people that are here tonight is Miss Anderson. She's back here, as well as Miss Stringer can't be here, but she's also going to help with house. Mr. Taylor, he can be here, but he's a PE teacher. So your students are going to have a little bit of PE and schoolets, little kiddos, but she's going to be doing art. Miss Franklin is our newly hired theater teacher. Ms. Bell is going to help with science 8th grade. Ms. Johnson, who's here, is going to help with IPC. That's for our 9th graders to start off with. Ms. Stevenson is here. She's going to help with some of our Alpha 1 Miss Morella's 8th grade math as well as some algebra 1. We're going to see how that pans out. Miss Bruton, who can't be here, she's doing our PALs as well as U.S. History 8th grade. Mr. Washington, he's here, and so he's going to be able to help out with our World Geo. Miss Gaines couldn't be here because of a band concert, which or something like that. And my kids actually have a band concert tonight too, so I'm going to make choices. But anyway, she's there, and then Miss Walter is here, who's going to be our 9th grade English teacher for this group as well. She's done a yearbook in English 2. The goal of her is she teaches English 1, and then she rolls with her kiddos in English 2, so that way they have the same teacher. So part of what we do is we've been open since 1988. And Venture has changed over the years depending on what students need. In the beginning, there were 5 or 6 graduates, and they simply didn't fit the traditional school. Over the years, rumors had we're just schools for pregnant girls. Well, that's not the truth. If they are pregnant, they're welcome to come here, and we have counselors and support systems that are here. But Venture has been a campus for at-risk students for over almost 35 years. And what I'll tell you is there are people all around the city that come to school here. Miss Tilly Bergen and her grandson, we have SROs, their son has come. We've had teachers, their kiddos have come here. We've had Erin Morris, she's some grandson, she graduated from here. And board member shop, and even high school. There are people that have gone here and have been very successful for whatever they need. And so what I'll tell you is Venture is an application campus. When I was growing up, the alternative schools was the bad school, right? That's not what we are. We're the exact opposite. We're the accelerated school. We're the school that takes our regular coursework and we accelerate. I'm going to explain that in just a little bit. We have smaller class sizes. We have teachers that are trained and they're able to support your students. And almost every single kid that leaves here says, and I got a video to show, they say, you know, the teachers just care about us at Venture more. It's not that we care about them more, it's that we're more intentional, our sizes are smaller, as well as we actually focus on the student needs before we even teach them. Because if we can't meet those needs, they're not going to learn. Parents shop for that too. So anyway, that's what we try to do. And we also set goals. And so, as far as you go quick on that goal sheet real quick. So let me show you real quick. We have flow charts and we change it a little bit, but we try to set goals in a positive way with students. So we have a framework of when your students should be able to get it done, but we also have this one pager that should come up. And I'm just going to gloss over it a little bit, but you'll see how the teachers in school, that's not. The teachers in school here, we have a flow chart of how can we set goals in the beginning. And part of your goal is going to graduate on the pathway that I give you. And I'm going to share that in just a minute. But nonetheless, we get to other points, and I'm going to share with you later that you commit to us for 2 years. I guarantee you commit for the 3rd, but commit to us for 2 years, and we'll commit to you for 2 years. That may mean parent conference. That may mean after school academy. Or we need you because we need you to get it done. We need you to be successful. Traditionally, people have said freshmen aren't successful at Venture. They're not mature enough. So instead of taking that excuse, we are flipping what we're doing upside down, and we're going to do it different for this group. So again, we've changed things. Go back to the presentation. So we're changing things, how we do it, and how we work here at Venture. Our instructional basis is blended learning. So what does that mean? It means technology centered and hands-on experiences, and it all kind of works together. And with us being a model campus for Raise Your Hand, Texas, I'm pretty confident that when you walk through my hallways, attendance may be an issue. I'll give you that. But when they come to school, almost every single kid is engaged in whatever they're doing in the classroom. I mean, yeah, the classes are smaller, but yet when kids are here, they're actually working and doing the work. And so that's what we're going to try to offer kiddos. I'm going to explain a little bit of what it is. The teachers have designed and handcrafted these courses almost like during COVID, but it's not COVID. COVID didn't work, right? Virtual learning at home did not work. There was about 2% that it worked for. But what we've done is we've designed and created Canvas courses. We spend about $18,000 on tools to embed so our teachers can design the courses so that your kiddos can work through it. That's not what they're gonna do in the beginning. They're gonna use that as a tool, but the teachers are gonna provide direct instruction in a faster pace, and I'm gonna explain that in a minute. But they're gonna be able to do that. The student experience, it's all over the place. They're gonna be doing hands-on experiences, they're gonna be working in groups, they're gonna be working on technology. And so the experiences are blended, and it's literally what the word means. It's blended. It's not like a normal school where you sit and get, and the teacher's at the front of the room and blah, blah. I mean, we lose kids that way. Most of you in here say, yeah, man, I could just kind of roll with my own and I'll be fine. And so we're gonna try to blend that and make sure that we are doing what's best for your kiddos. We are a one-to-one technology campus, kind of like the STEM program at Martin, kind of like the Cleveland High Schools. When you come to school here in August, we will check it. Bridgetown, we will check you out a computer. It's almost as a one-year-old Chromebook. We're gonna check you out a computer. Remember, don't lose it, don't break it. It's $333. If you don't mess it up, you're good. Don't lose the charger. Of course, if you don't need it, don't check it out. But it's technology centered, so we need every kiddo to have a computer. And during COVID, we have proven that they can take care of these. They really can. And so with that, they'll sign a little agreement, and I'm responsible for it. But there's only 4 schools to do that, or one. So therefore, I think that's a pretty cool thing. So also what we're part of is we're part of the District of Innovation. So you might say, how in the world can you do 5 years in 3? See, that's why some of these future ninth graders said, I can do high school in 2.5 years. Yes, you really can if you do the work. And so the way we can do that is the normal high school credit takes 18 weeks. Here, on average, it takes 12 weeks. So if you think we have now shrunken your pathway from 18 to 12, so a math teacher would say, you've shrunk about a third. I guess it's kind of what we say. Yeah, so we've now shrunk to that, and that's the 26 plan with an endorsement, and so we can do it. So what we've done is we've created content that's high quality for 12 weeks. No fluff, like because a lot of kids get pulled out of testing, assessments. It's 12 weeks of solid work, and then therefore you'll be able to get your credits. And so as we go forward, we're going to start with teacher-paced content, but it's going to be faster, right? It's not honors AP, it's high quality, grade level content, and we're going to shrink it to about 12 weeks in most classes, not in Algebra 1, because we want to make sure you're successful in your STAR. But the majority of your classes are going to be 12 weeks long. Once you accomplish that, you're going to go into self-paced classes. So parents hanging with kiddos, you've already seen this. So parents, if your kiddo's going to be in 8th grade, the aqua color is the side you want to look at. Is there any future 8th graders in there? Maybe on Zoom. So if there's 8th graders next year, you're going to look at the aqua one, and those future 9th graders, you're going to look at this yellow. So let me explain the aqua one first. The 8th grade students are going to be half 8th grade, half 9th grade. So you're going to take 8th grade core classes until February, and you're also going to take 4 other classes. Why would I give you junior high PE when you can take high school PE and get a credit? You see what I'm saying? Why would I give you junior high art when I can give you high school art? And the school is awesome. So, or theater arts, right? And so world geography with Mr. Washington. Why not go ahead and get you started under high school social studies at the same time? And then we're going to have you in a class called PALS. PALS will be that intervention and enrichment class. It'll be that service oriented, that goal setting, meeting with counselors and social workers, and actually working as a group. And so we're super excited. And as you see in February, you become a full 9th grader. But by the end there, you'll have already earned, I forgot how many credits, but by the end of your first year, you're going to already almost be a sophomore, if not a middle of sophomore year. So now you've expedited the aqua and the yellow are teacher-paced classes. That means teachers there to help you. Everybody's doing kind of the same thing. And then you move into the green, which means you self-pace. So what does that mean? Self-paced means here's what a teacher thinks your class will take 12 weeks. But if you do it in 9 weeks, you get your credit in 9 weeks. If you mess around and you don't do what you're supposed to, then you go to 14 weeks. And so that's kind of the projection of how you can do 5 years in the span of 3. Most of you, I may not on Zoom, but most of you in here are going to be future 9th graders. This is what you're looking at. So the catch to them was potentially you could graduate when you're 19, or you could come to our school and projection almost do 26 credits with an endorsement in about 2.5 years. It might be February that year, but 2.5 years, and you can have a full diploma with an endorsement. And it's shown there, students, if you do your part, we can do that for you, right? And so then it's like, oh, I'm 17, or I have a little room to make sure I don't have any errors, but you're still 17 or 18. Now you've been successful, you're getting credits, you graduated, and now you're ready. And so we're going to try to get you on a pathway. Another goal that we have for all of our students is for students to figure out potentially a career tech certificate that they want to work towards. It could be photography, audiovisual, it could be culinary, it could be what are some more in this person? Cosmetology, potentially welding, entrepreneurship. There's more. And so we want to get your students potentially a survey either today, or I might email it out and let them fill it out, parents. And so we want them to decide, here's the pathway we would like to try to get a certificate as we go forward. Part of the questions is, well, what about your bell schedule? Well, our bell schedule, we have a traditional bell schedule that we go every day. And so therefore your kiddos will get to see every teacher about 46 minutes a day. And then within there, they're going to have an opportunity. They go from 8:10 to 3:35. And then when they become a junior, they get to choose what they do towards the end of the day. Another major thing that we do at our school is the advisory program. So our advisory program is where our teachers and staff literally help guide your kids towards graduation. They know their story, they know their business, they know their attendance, they know their progress, and they know all the things. And so it's almost like their home base, like their go-to person, almost like a coach or a band teacher or like an added teacher. That's what these individuals, but they help guide them to be successful and hopefully graduate and get their diploma. The item on the right is what we use to track your students on their graduation plan. So as your students get entrenched in the venture, they're going to have a binder, and inside that binder, they're going to have a graduation plan that's pretty easy to read. So when they get a credit, they put a garage sticker or yellow sticker. They'll put a sticker on it, or they'll color it out, and therefore they know how many credits do I need to graduate. And so this is a visual for the kiddo, the parent, and the student, and the advisor to be able to guide. One of the things that we started this year, and we're going to continue next year even better and better, is the binder system. So part of what we have in there is the bell schedule, and they'll have their transcript once they get transcribing credits, which they don't have it yet. They'll have all the information, the calendars, after school academy, Saturday school, but then also beyond that, they'll have a grade sheet for every class. And so while your kiddos will be teacher pays the first until February for sure, they're still going to have a grade sheet where they can track their grades. So you say, how are you doing in school? Let me pull out my binder and I'll show you how to do in school. And also, there are 2 different ways teachers do this. There's a more formal, just straight line type of budget line grade sheet, which there's a geometry on the left, and then this group, and we always use her development one on the right, where kids track their progress and they set goals and how they do that in her class. So once you start seeing these items in the binder, you're also going to get an email from, it's kind of hard to see, but you're going to get a tracker, a progress report from your student's advisor every 3 weeks. And so we don't do report cards because the self-serve system doesn't work with us, because eventually we're in semester 2 in November. The system can't handle November semester 2. So what we do is we create our own progress report system. It's on a Google Gradebook system, and the advisors will share a snapshot or snippet with you. How's my kiddo doing? How's this? The difference for our younger kiddos is there's literally going to be a grade connected. And what I'll tell you, students, is if you're not meeting a standard, we will assign you to After School Academy. We will assign you to Saturday school. We're going to have to do some things to make sure you're successful. So if you do your part, I guarantee you, Mitchell will work. Parents, once your students get to this point, you're going to see certain items like, well, this is a good example, but a bad example. One example, the kid was supposed to be at 86%.
Yes.
86% on the bottom there, but they're already at 100%. It means they are ahead of schedule. But if your student is supposed to be at 20% and they're at 25%, they're doing real good, they're ahead of schedule. So as we get going, we will continue to explain these things to you. It's not to go into a deep dive tonight, but what we do here is different. Everything we do here almost is different other than we're teaching your children. So therefore, it takes a little bit to get used to. A few more things and we'll be done. One of the things we do, as parents, is we graduate kids. And if you have good attendance, good behavior, and you make progress, I guarantee you what we do works. The problem is, this is basic as you could say, kiddos, you gotta be good. You gotta do your work and you gotta come to school. That's about as country as I can say. So if you do those things, I assure you this works. The other things I would say to you students is we selected you just like you selected us. You said, hey, take a chance on me, let me come to your school because you're an application. So the superintendent wants you to commit to 2 years, but he also wants us to commit to you for 2 years. Oh, well, we're done with you, you're done. No, we're committing to you for 2 years. So we want you to make sure that you commit to us and you give us your best. One of the things that we really need to do is the summer bridge camp. And so our social worker, Ms. Grossman, and some of our teachers and staff, we're going to have a 1 week, August 1st to 5th, to do things like roof building, get you with the Google Drive, get you with the Canvas, start making sure that you have your computers and your binders, and we're going to start doing all these things with you. And it's probably going to be 9 to 3. And parents, in the email I sent out today, I mentioned the change. So hopefully you can save the date, August 1st through 5th. It's going to be here. It's going to have free lunch, no big deal. So make sure your kiddos come here for that. We'll be good to go. One of the questions that came up is transportation. How in the world are we going to get to school? Well, one of the things that we do is we service students all over the district. And so there's 3 options. One, you live within 2 miles of your big high school, not your junior high, but your high school. So if you live within 2 miles, you're going to have to get to that high school, and there's a venture bus that will bring you here. If you live out away 2 miles from the school, and you would normally ride a bus to that big high school, you can ride a bus there, and there's a venture bus waiting to bring you here. The third option is, man, I work over there, can I just drop them off? The answer is yes. The cafeteria opens at 7:30 routinely, and it doesn't start until 8:10. So if you're swinging by at 7:15 or 7:30, it's a pretty safe place. You can drop your kiddo off, and they can ride the bus home on the way home if you want to. But nonetheless, you can drop them off and pick them up if you would like to. We've already said it, but the 2 things that we did ask was that we commit to the bridge camp, and we commit to trying to do 2 years. And we'll go from there because it is definitely a pilot program that we're trying this year, but we want to make sure that we all have the same commitment. Can you click on that first video? Yeah, you've already seen part of this. If this is updated, we got it.
Friendships and teaching. Honest friendships and teaching can be very passionate. And it's a very passionate school. Friendships and teaching. Everybody feels like it's always a long time being here. Once you get your mind right and everything's comfortable to you on the road, you can finish in no time. And that's it. What I like about nature is the self-paper and how you can go at your own pace. My advice to anybody is just to show up and do your work and do your things.
And what I like most about being shared is the how supportive the teachers, the staff are, and more than the shadow part is not to give up and to listen to teachers. My advice to teacher experience would be focused on yourself.
Advice to future guests to do your work.
So if you're the type of person to wear fast or just want to get things done you can, and the faster you go, the faster you can graduate and get out of high school.
The best thing about Venture is that teachers are very supportive and they help you through whatever is going on.
All the students here have their own goal in life and have something they're working towards. So you don't have the added stress of like all the other high school drama. You work on your community, the relationships you develop with different teachers and other staff members make you very enthusiastic about it. The children have really good staff and they're really helpful, help you with anything they need and you can work with you. It's definitely worth it. I say it's a very good decision because you're way smarter and faster than you would ever school. When you can, please use the time wisely. You don't want to get too far behind that. So if you have any questions, please ask any teacher, because any teacher is always going to be there for you. This is the place to be. This is where you need to be. If you want support, if you want to graduate early, and you know, just a family.
You gotta start. You just gotta start.
Yeah.
You gotta start. You gotta start and not gonna put finish.
So part of that, I'll tell you, our audiovisual kiddos helped produce that, so that's kind of cool. And I'll tell you, a lot of it is like you, eventually you will go at your own pace. Remember, it's teacher-based meetings, we're gonna be lockstep with you to try to help make sure you're successful. And in the district, with us having so many new things, the district helped me do a new promo video that I'm kind of proud of, so we're gonna play that too. It's pretty brief, so hopefully you all can hear. And we'll send in an email. I'll send the presentation to the parents in an email. So if those couldn't hear it, they'll get it.
I would say students from the venture because we offer, the program allow them to accelerate their learning. You know, give them a smaller class size and one-on-one support. What we've seen is the experience of the Grand Venture will allow our students to thrive and really gain their personality and their confidence as they get close to their graduation. I would say the difference between traditional schools and venture is venture can offer accelerated learning model. The blended learning model offers online courses as well as blended experiences such as science labs, literature circles, and other experiences, culinary and collective classes. So we have a lot of offers here. It really engages the students and really puts the students there. Our students are credits every day, each given day, at their own pace, as well as graduating at given time.
I work in a venture. I don't think I would be in school at all, probably be second best job. The traditional school system, it didn't really care the way I learned. It's either I race through my teacher's things and have to sit in the decade class, which doesn't have opportunities to see, or I would find myself falling behind and not able to catch up. I really like the teachers, they're really involved with you and give a lot of involvement.
So what's different at Venture is the individualized instruction. We can accommodate kids based off of pacing, special needs. We can base their learning on what they already know. If they've already mastered a certain topic, we can work around that and focus on what they still need to know. We can also focus on students with emotional needs on more one-on-one basis. That way the needs aren't getting overlooked like they might in a large class.
I can wish to go back to myself. I'm behind the pace. That's what I'm working at my best, like just being able to go home and just actually complete my work and something that I'm gonna keep on doing, keep on doing. Confidence and like, and because I actually I strive and do better for myself. I would say that I get it to 4 weeks. Reason being is there's not a teacher running away. Literally all of the coursework is designed and ready for the students to be able to teach helping the students get acquainted with the content, get acquainted with the curriculum, and the students get to excel at their own pace.
I think especially because I was struggling in school and I decided that eventually was going to be great for me. Once I came, I really noticed how everyone was so excited to graduate, achieve all these credits. And after 1 year of being here, I am almost done and I basically saw that it was possible. And I graduated here. Way better set up, you can grow at your own pace in classes, and I find that it's a lot better than regular school because everyone does it different ways, and so you can make that freedom that you can basically pick and choose how you wanna go on about every single class.
I'm glad it's the principal is for last one, just join us, you know, days.
Okay. Like the math. Yeah, anyway, I'll tell you this real quick, so, you back up, the 3 kids that teach in the last video, I literally went in the hallway, and I said, hey, we all talked on video for the district, and that's what they said. And then the other kiddos that are giving their perspective in the beginning, I said, hey, Mr. Dominguez, just pull kids and ask them what their advice or what their view is, that's it. And that's what they gave us. And so I'm just telling you, like, we see graduations on Friday, and every teacher is an advisor. When their kids graduate, they get up and give a speech, usually 2 minutes tomorrow. We have 18 kiddos graduating tomorrow because they finished this week. And so we actually not just 20, but 18 are walking. And so with that, you hear story after story after story that I don't know if I'd have made it if I would have been here. The teachers love and care about me so much. Oh my gosh, I wish I would have known about this sooner. That's why y'all are here. If I would have known about this sooner, it used to be the best kept secret, and now I'm gonna be honest, we're probably gonna be on campus where people are like, man, how do they do that? So the caveat I tell you students is that you have to do your part. The teachers are gonna do their part, the staff's gonna do their part. You have to do, that's it. Every kiddo, like, the parents say, well, I'm a venture kid, what's a venture kid? Counselors around, what's a venture? Every kid can be a venture kid because we do what we need to help you. We've had collegiate high school kids that had 54 hours in college that didn't work out, so they graduated here. We've had 2-year graduates. That was kind of, she was going, I'm like, my goodness. But so for you to be able to graduate early, we have more 3-year grads now, percentage wise, than 5-year grads. And most kids graduate on the 4th year, but we do have a lot of 3-year grads. So we're super excited, and that's a lot of info. So in just a minute, we're going to do a tour of the downstairs. But I want to give people on Zoom and here an opportunity to ask questions. So does anybody, and Ms. Hanks will help me facilitate those questions if they want to type them in the Zoom. So does anybody have any questions? That's a lot of info. But we want to give a pathway for parents to get more information, because my kids are signing up for this right in school, but,
I'm curious to know if you can give me feedback on kids that have like ADHD because they were non-medicated. How do those type of kids fit into this program?
Good question. So I would say Mr. Grossman uses the word, I don't know.
Acuity,
Huh?
acuity, right?
Acuity, but it basically means, while our school has 300 or 400 kids in it, each high school has 300 or 400 kids that have some needs, but they also have 200 to 300 staff members to share the love. And usually the kid can connect to one adult, they're successful. So here we know that there's needs, and we have anxiety, ADHD, dyslexia, special needs. As long as we can meet their IEP, we have more ELL learners than we've had before. Like, we try to take the kiddos that are willing to put in the work Now, what does that mean? No, it doesn't mean that goes away, but I will say there's much more engagement with what's in front of them than the world going around them. And so there's things that we can do. Ms. Grossman and Ms. Conkle could go on and on, but you know, we have, they need to chill out for a minute and hey, give us some more, like, there's that patience and kindness with high expectations. Well,
Can I just wanted to say that also, being the teachers here at Midford, we have a lot more flexibility for meeting your students' needs because we're not interrupting a lesson. So often, you know, at the home campus, I'm sorry, I can't deal with this right now, if we're in the middle of something. Even when your student is in teacher-based classes initially, it's such smaller classes, that, you know, we can really prioritize, like, oh, no, I can pick you back up, like, you're good. And because also, probably a lot of what we're doing in the accelerated courses isn't just gonna be sitting there. But also, as far as self-paced, yeah, like Jimmy said, you know, go get some water, go take a time out. Maybe you're just taking English and you feel like working on math. You know, you can take a break, load that page open, and move back to English. There's just a lot more flexibility.
I think the understanding and kindness and compromise from the staff coupled with high expectations, because we had that, but success brews success. I think that's the same. Like now the kids are seeing so many other kids are getting credits and graduating. It's just what we do. So yeah, you're gonna act out. Remember, it's gonna take you about a month to get used to it, but once you get used to it, you're gonna find those pathways to get the help you need. So what other questions? Ms. Hanks, is there any on Zoom?
I don't see any.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, well, I'm gonna be here for a minute. I'm gonna take the parents and students on a tour and Hanks and Parsons out. But thank y'all on Zoom. I will email the presentation out. If you have questions, let me know, all right? All right, so teachers, thank y'all for coming. If you want to walk around with us, you can, but we're basically gonna.
All right, thanks everyone for being here. We're gonna go on a tour and like Mr. Meek said, he'll send you the presentation. If you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to him or you can reach out to me. My email address is khanks@aisd.net. Looking forward to meeting y'all and your kids.